Yeah, that's coming home with me. And stay tuned, by the way. We are going to do some giveaways on the channel soon on these podcasts where you can win some more beer and stuff as well. And I haven't even told you yet.
All right.
I haven't told you, I haven't seen you. But, well, I'm not going to tell these.
Whisper first.
I'll tell you off air, 'cause these don't deserve to know yet. But we'll be having a nice little new can design coming soon as well. So keep yourselves locked in for that one. All right. And as always, you might be listening back on Spotify, Google, Apple, because once this is done live on YouTube, you can go back and listen to it on all audio podcast platforms. Shout out people that are in the comments already. Evening, Jackie. Evening, Aaron. As always, Aaron's in there. Adam, who's a member, big up Adam. We do have a giveaway for members this month as well. You can see it on the member page if you become a member. It is a nice little A4 poster print of St. James's Park, aerial shot. Ooh. And a little David Ginola coaster as well. So, you know what I mean? Some good stuff getting given away there. Ari, John, evening, Ian. The regulars are in the house. Let's go then, Keg, before we get into the transfer stuff. And will Newcastle actually sign anyone this window, as we are now 22nd of January?
Jesus.
Not long left, to be honest. Not looking good. But wasn't looking good on Saturday either, was it? Lunchtime kick-off, Keg?
No.
Bournemouth came to town.
Yeah.
Clive came.
Jesus.
Made his dad proud.
Well, embarrassed him.
He did, showing him up. What was it, 1 goal in 10 games? Clive, Justin. Showed how Patrick Howard's done there. So it was 1 goal in 10 or something for Patrick Clive in the early 2000s. Now in the early 20,000s, Justin's doing the business. Hat-trick for him. Someone asked us the day, bumping into someone at McDonald's, and they said, hey, I tell you what, we should send that Clive, shouldn't we?
Aye.
Go play him.
Yeah, the last one might do well.
I was going to say, nah, if he played in black and white, it'd be like Crystwood. He'd be absolutely useless, man. But anyways, Keg, run us through your thoughts of the game. I've ranted and raved already on the channel. So
yeah.
When you were watching it live, when you watched it back, opinions, what's gone wrong?
I mean, like, we've had like a few days to settle down on it. So yeah, I'm not in rant mode. Like, I'm not like, I don't want to go in too bad, because like we went on a 9-game winning streak and all was peachy. We scored loads and loads of goals, didn't concede very many. And I think when you're on that much of a hot streak, I think you need to just be cautious. Like, something like that is most likely bound to happen. Like, because I think you're playing maybe a little bit too confident. You're maybe a little bit too cocky, a little bit too sure of yourself. And Bournemouth's a well-run team, man.
Really good.
And Eddie Howe fucking hates beating them.
He doesn't. It's got to be in his contract since he left.
Like, it is, isn't it?
Can't eat or beat cherries, don't he?
Well, we'll accept your resignation as long as you've never, ever beat this football club in your life. All right, fair enough, James. So, yeah, I think every player pretty much just didn't turn up. Like, it's a bad scene when I didn't even really know if anyone particularly had a good game. I feel like everyone turned up in an agreement, like, should we just play shit today? Or maybe they were hungover, maybe they went out the night before and they were all just ropey. Like, I really don't know what happened, but I heard that we were booing them off the field at the end of the game. Like,
I didn't hear any boos.
If that is true, like, I don't know if it was or not, but I feel like that's bang out of order if it is the case. Like, yes, it maybe wasn't the best of performances, but they have just tracked with the fucking 9 games unbeaten on the belt. We've scored, like I said, scored loads of goals, defended really, really well. And yeah, we got beat. And I think the scorelines maybe is worse than it is. Like, I feel like obviously Bournemouth deserved the win. They were miles the better team. We were shit. We got beat, simple as. But it was 2-1 going into stoppage time.
Yeah.
We just conceded 2 late goals. I think we're just heads were down, energy was gone, and they were well up for it. They were pumped and scored 2 late goals that made the scoreline look atrocious. Like, 4-1 is a bad scoreline.
You play
to Bournemouth, bloody hell, that is as bad as it comes. But like, it was 2-1. We're still in the game up until like the 92nd minute. So yeah, the scoreline looks bad, but I'm not jumping to conclusions. I say it's 1 loss. We've been spoiled over the last month or 2. Hopefully it is just a blip. Hopefully we'll get back onto it at Southampton. We'll come to that at the end of the podcast. We'll preview that. But yeah, like, let's not get too carried away. I feel like this fan base is always guilty at that. Like, as soon as one thing goes wrong, it's like, it's like meltdown stations. Like, fucking hell, man, chill out. Like, if things are bad over the next course of a few games, then yeah, we can look back at this one and say that this is where the wheels fell off. But I will just put it down to one bad game. Right, let's put that in the back of our minds and just get back on track.
I'll sum up what it's like supporting Newcastle United right now. Right, in the past few days before that Bournemouth game, in the build up to it, we had our greatest ever player our legendary goal scorer and fan of the channel, Alan Shearer, saying that we're in a title race.
Yeah.
All the fans are getting buzzing now. Hey, we might be
We might win the league.
I'll tell you what. A few days later, humbled at home by Bournemouth. Shite us, like, absolutely shite.
Terrible.
Honestly,
Fuck
terrible.
anyhow.
Worst team I've ever seen. Blew them off.
It really is like when you're hot, you're hot. When you're cold, you're cold. Like, there's no in betweens. Like that, like fans are either loving or hating the club. Like there's no like. Well, what do you know right now?
I tell you what, all football fans are like that, and I think now we are even more reactionary than ever. I mean, I kind of speak 50 years ago, maybe they were in the pubs reactionary after a loss and buzzing after a win. But you feel like it now with social media, it's obviously cranked up. And it's like I say, it's not just Newcastle, it is all football fans. Obviously, I watch AFTV, especially when they lose. More so when they lose, to be honest. I don't really watch it when they win. But I just watched it when they were obviously on that losing streak, and you've got, Yard man kicking off for Robbie, shouting, screaming in his face, "We're going to win nothing, Robbie!" And then the week later, they beat Spurs, and everyone's acting like they're going to win the league.
We're going to win the league.
So it isn't just Newcastle fans, it's everyone.
Arteta in, Arteta out, Arteta shake it all about.
Yeah, that's the way it is. And you're right with Newcastle. Listen, we turned up on Saturday. Expectations were there because we're on a marvellous run of 9 wins in a row. We're looking for that record 10th, which is why it hurt a little bit more, I think, for me on Saturday. And Isaac, all the talk was like going after Vardy's 11-goal winning record in the Prem. So there was more on it. The lunchtime kick-off and everything. But listen, you're right. Not one player turned up. Not one player looked up for it. Maybe Sandro could give him a shout for him. He was always trying to the last minute. Dubravka as well. He conceded 4, but he did pull off a few good saves tonight, to be honest with you. So nobody covered themselves in glory apart from everybody in a Bournemouth shirt who did the exact opposite in Newcastle. They outplayed us at our game.
And the beat with fair and square.
They outpressed us, they outplayed us. They took our game plan that we normally do, like we do against Liverpool at home, and they came outplayed and did it against us.
Yeah.
And they have got some really good players, even with 12 players missing and all that they had. The bench was full
I
of
heard
kids.
that before the game. I'd say, they're having a really bad time at the minute. Like, loads of injuries. Like, I have 9 senior players. I was like, my God, smash these fucking 9 now. Yeah. Like, what happened to that?
I think the issue being now that they were full of confidence and form. Because it was the 2 best form sides in the table that played each other. They're now unbeaten in 10. Drew a lot of the games, but they're unbeaten in 10 as well.
Yeah, and they're creeping right up there for a European spot.
6 now.
Yeah, man.
Only a couple of points behind us.
Yeah, like they're one of them teams that you brush under the carpet because it's Bournemouth.
Aye.
They're not big.
Little old Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Only got 11,000 fans.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, man, they're having a really good underrated season. Like, I think people are just brushing it over that it's Bournemouth. But look where they are in the league. It's like Forest. I think people still write off Forest, but like a fucking second or third. You cannot just write off teams like that. Like,
And it's
not
not
there for a reason.
It's not September and October anymore. We're more than halfway through the season now.
February now.
Yeah,
When
when
are they finished?
I was looking at the fixtures yesterday, and I was looking through, and I was like, wow, I was like, I might get that away game in April. I was like, it's only like 4 or 5 games away. We're like, bang. I was like, dear me.
We're at the business end now.
We are getting to the business end, and we're in the business window where we're doing no business.
Oh, aye.
Which we'll get into in just a minute. But on Bournemouth, anything else to talk about from that game, or should we just move it on?
Yeah, move on. Like I say, hopefully it's just a blip. Hopefully we can put things right on Saturday. Don't stress on it too much. It was 5 days ago. Yeah, it was bad. It was piss poor, but there's no point bitching on about it. Like, hopefully it was just one of them things. We're gonna look back on it and laugh in a few months if we're getting the top 4. Right? Remember when we got beat 4-1 at home, Bournemouth and still finishing in the top 4. But just move on. There's no point fretting over it, man.
The players have been given a few days off as well, a refresh.
Bruno's in Paris or something like that.
Bruno's in Italy, aye. They're normally in Paris, aren't they? But yeah, for me, we've got to move on. We've got to forget about it, regroup, because these players, honestly, I thought they did look knackered on Saturday. I know we have had quite a few
end of
weeks.
the winter period.
It is,
I've had 2-3 games a week for the last 5 weeks or something like that.
If we were in Champions League, there would be something, wouldn't we?
Saturday after Saturday, I think we've got 2 in February, maybe is one at the beginning, one at the end, but we're pretty much back to standard scheduling now, like Saturday.
We are. But just said there, imagine if we were in Europe, then we would be struggling because the Europe started again this week. Villa got beat last night. Liverpool scraped a win against 10-man Lille. So it shows that the squad depth isn't quite there, and there is a lot of work to do, isn't there?
Absolutely. Like, I feel like it's almost a bit of a blessing in disguise that we're not in Europe. Like,
I think so as well.
Because we haven't got the squad. And that is a big problem because we should be. Like, the takeover was, 4 years ago now?
Yeah, mate.
We've progressed a lot. But even when we went into the Champions League, was it 2 seasons ago now, wasn't it? Yeah, 2 seasons ago.
2 seasons ago now,
We weren't ready for it. The squad was so shallow. Even like two strikers. We went into that season with two strikers. One of them being fucking Callum Wilson. They can't stay fit past
one of the quarter striker, really.
And we've had two unsuccessful transfer windows. I mean, this is probably about to be a third. We're in the middle of our third unsuccessful transfer window. We haven't progressed the team in almost 2 years. So yeah, we've got a lot of work to do. Like we've had a lot of injuries. Like last season, like when or the season that we were in the Champions League. Was it last season? What fucking year?
Last season we were in the Champions League.
Yeah, last year. I'm thinking it was 2 seasons ago. I don't know what year it is. I'm crossing lines. So last season when we were in the Champions League and we had all them injuries, like it was just an awful time. Like we got knocked out. Was it the same week we got knocked out of the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, and Champions League?
I think it was because I was
just awful, man.
I was in PSG. I'm sure it was PSG when we got knocked out there when we got robbed, and then I went to London for the Chelsea game. We got knocked out in the last minute because Trippier blew it, and then went to pens and got beat. FA Cup, I'm not sure. Don't think the FA Cup.
No, that would have been January, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like just with the lack of squad depth, all the injuries, like fitness and everything that we had, like we're not ready for Europe. We need to progress a lot and quickly. Like I think we'll get into Europe this year. I mean, I'd be fucking surprised if we didn't. Like no matter what tournament that is, like I think we'll finish in a European spot, whichever competition it is. I don't know, but yeah, we need to do a lot of business because we're not doing it now. We've only got 9 days. How long's left of the transfer window? 8-9 days. Yeah. Summer's going to be busy.
It better be busy because that's what we're hearing, isn't it? Yeah. That's what we're hearing.
If we get in the top 4 and we don't make a handful of key signings, what we're doing?
You're gonna get knocked straight back out again.
Literally.
Not going to go anywhere.
You make big business. If we get Champions League, Europa League is maybe a little bit pressure off. Yeah, you're still going to need to strengthen your squad a fair bit, but not as drastically as Champions League football. But still, like we need to improve this team, man. There's too many, not necessarily holes. Yes, there's a couple of holes, but it's just more depth. Let's like bulking it up, like quality as well as quantity. Like we need both.
Yeah, we actually really do need both. And now we're speaking about it out loud. It is worrying,
Yeah.
Because I think we should obviously be doing business this window as well. I think we should be getting 2 in this.
Man City's spunked about 100 million on teenage centre backs.
Must be nice, mustn't it? Pep loses a few games. Oh yeah, he has a couple of million. Bali, sort that out, son.
There's a fucking 49-year contract for Erling Haaland.
Aye, class. Honestly, man, because this window we should be getting, for me, 2 to 3 signings in, and then in the summer 4 to 5.
Yeah,
because that's how many we need. There's a lot of players out of contracts this summer.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're still thinking, it's still looking like there could be Almirón leaving this week, Lloyd Kelly leaving this week. We're getting to those individually in a minute. But there's a couple of outgoings, Target, Longstaff, just to briefly touch on it, we'll expand on it soon. There's 2 to 4 players we're probably going to lose this window.
Yeah.
And then if we're not replacing them, what the hell are we doing?
I really don't think that we will.
So if you sell Almirón for 10 million, I think that's good business, fantastic.
Yeah.
Time's gone. Wish him all the best. See you later, Miggy. But if you're going to leave with just Jacob Murphy on the right-hand side,
literally,
when his paper patch, if that falls off, which credit to him, it hasn't really yet. Obviously, Bournemouth it did, but everyone's did. So we can't really expect Murphy to be bringing in these goals and assists week in, week out.
Yeah.
When everyone's said forever that he's not quite it.
With no depth.
And then with
the
nobody
striker position
for him.
Yeah, it's like the striker position.
It's mental, man. We make the same mistake every year. With you mentioned before, Champions League with Isak and Wilson. I haven't learned that lesson. It's still the same bastard 2 strikers with young Asula there. Right wing now would do that. We'll get rid of Almirón. You got Murphy there. Then what you're going to do? Maybe you have to switch Gordon over or Joe Linton over or Willock over. Barnes when he comes back from injury. Still not an out-and-out right winger.
Yeah.
Still not any one of those who you feel comfortable thinking, yep, he's the one for the right wing slot.
Yeah.
Not just someone, he'll do a job for 20 minutes. Fuck doing a job for 20 minutes. If we want to win a cup and want to go far in the FA Cup and want to get top 4, we need more than that. We need better than that.
Literally. And if Kelly goes, we're going to be a little bit out of depth at centre-back.
Aye.
But that's one left-footed centre-back. We're still going to have Botman and Byrne. But then we've also let Alex Murphy go out on loan. He's a left-sided centre-back. Without Jamal Lascelles and currently Emil Kraft, we've only got Fabian Schär's a right-sided centre-back.
Jesus Christ.
Wouldn't be fucking depth.
We haven't got any depth. And we know what Newcastle are like. If we hopefully do beat Arsenal that second leg, if there's not a major injury to one of our key players, I'll be stunned. So we don't strengthen. I'll be absolutely stunned if we get that cup final and we can start our strongest 11, the one that's just been on a 9-game winning streak. If a Tonali or a Gordon or an Isak doesn't get injured, I'll be mind blown because it's just the history in Newcastle. You've seen the last time Nick Pope decides to come out and think he's Usain Bolt, lands on a 100-meter sprint, nuts someone, and Stein tackles Salah, gets sent off for playing Karius, who's still kind of get a club. My days, man.
John Ruddy in the cup final.
Be John Ruddy and Willie Masula in the cup final start.
It will be sod's law and all. I'm going to touch wood, so I'm not going to jinx it here. But the transfer window will close. And my first game in February will get like a major injury.
Definitely. And we'll all go, nice one. What's Mitchell been doing? What's Howe been doing? Where's the PSR excuses?
Yeah.
Because, we've mentioned the rebuild needed there. We do lose these players in January, sell them, which we should do. We've said long enough. We're keeping a hold of the players, the fringe players, the deadwood. We need to sell them. We should be selling them. But if you're not replacing them in that window, then you're leaving yourself wide open for a fall. And then when it comes to summer, and all those players that are out of contract, it looks like Dubravka is going to stay now. But you've got Dubravkas and 4 or 5, 6 others that are leaving in the summer. That's going to be a lot of work in the summer to try and rebuild everything at once.
Yeah.
And get all these replaced. Because like you said, we're not just needing quality, which we do in terms of the starting line. We do need a quality right winger. We probably do need a quality young centre-back that we tried to get, obviously, Gay last year. We need at least those two. And you look around and you think, well, we do need another quality striker and all. And then it does get into the strength and depth, where it's not just the quality, it's the quantity.
Yeah.
You need a half-decent striker to come on. You need a decent midfielder to come on when Bruno is blown out his arse. You need a decent left-back to come on when Lewis Hall's off, because last week we're seeing at Bournemouth. Tino goes to the left-back, stinker. Trippier comes on at right back, stinker. So there's it's stinking out the pitch. But I'm sick of it. I'm trying not to run, but I honestly, when I think about it, I'm getting wound up now, and I sense people in the chat as well. The frustration is getting there with this transfer window and the lack of business that we are doing. Because for me, it's unacceptable. I hear the whole PSR thing, and people keep saying, "Where's the Mark Gahey money?" And Eddie Howe got asked about that in the press conference, and he essentially said, well, the Mark Gahey money isn't just a pot of money that's waiting to sit there and be spent still. He said if we had essentially spent that 70 million on Gahey last summer, we would have had to sell someone.
Yeah.
Due to PSR, it would have been another situation where I had to get rid of Anderson Minter. Maybe they would have had to listen to an offer for a Bruno.
Yeah.
Or sell to someone else.
Gordon.
Yeah. So it's like, why is it that, it looks like we'll never be able to get anywhere? Because if we do bring in someone who's highly rated, like a Gahey, an England centre-back, a lot of money, it's like, that's a good move. We're getting somewhere. Yeah. Nope, we're going to take one of the other starters out of your team.
Yeah.
We're going to weaken. You might be stronger at centre-back now, but I tell you what, we're going to weaken you on your wing because we're going to sell Gordon.
Yeah.
You're going to have to be forced to sell someone. It's an absolute piss take, man. It's an absolute piss take. And it's really stopping us from kicking on. And I see people in the comments saying about other teams that are doing business. So I'll get to that comment now. I think it was from Ian. He mentioned the fact that it was Forest who were looking at Cunha from Wolves, I believe he said.
All right.
There's that many comments coming in. I don't know where it was, but the rumour is that Forest are looking at strengthening this window because guess what? They're looking at it thinking, we're having a good season here. Maybe we should strengthen, kick on, and make sure we're getting this top four. Yeah. Take this golden opportunity we've got to capitalise on Spurs, Man U, Chelsea, Newcastle, all them maybe not finishing in the top four. Here it is, Ian. Forest bidding 60 million for Cunha. They're not worried about PSR. Are they just looking at it and thinking, we had a point deduction a couple of years ago, take it on the chin, did it again? And lost. Give us another point deduction.
Yeah.
Forest bidding 60 million for Cunha. Fucking West Ham bidding 60 million for John Duran.
Yeah.
Forest bidding for Visser as well. Now it is fair play to Forest. Fair play to them because they're in the situation what we were in last year, the year before, where you're in the top four. We didn't capitalise on it. We didn't make our stand on it. We're not doing it right now.
Yeah.
We're sitting lingering around fourth right now. If we signed a quality right winger to get us goals and assists, see us over the lane, we'd finish top 5. But now we're thinking, what if Isaac gets injured, Gordon gets injured, Murphy can he keep his form up? Who's going to come in if he doesn't do well? For us, now it is. We're flying here and we're going to capitalise on this. And we're going to strengthen. We're going to buy other team's best players around the Premier League that want that next step up.
Yeah.
And if they go as well, Cunha was looking at everyone. So if they can persuade someone like that to go, then
it's a big sign of that.
It's a big sign because no disrespect to Forest, they are probably looking at European football, but it's kind of like a sideways step, that, isn't it? You think Cunha when he's linked with Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, and that. Yeah, but if you're on the up and you're showing ambition and you're spending your money, then fair play to Forest. They're doing what we're not doing.
So you might think on the flip side as well. Like for me, the idea of a big team signing, it's great, but are you going to be a key player? That's how I always think. If you go there, are you going to be as adored as what you were at your last club? Are they going to appreciate you as much? Are you going to be a bench warmer? Are you going to be rotation? Because right now, Cunha, he's class. He's really, really good. Wolves are having a shit season, granted, but he's not. Like everything good that happens to Wolves is basically coming through him. Like and he's earning a big move. Like he's put himself on a platform in the Premier League, even for a team that's battling relegation. He's still putting his name out there and looking class. So like, yeah, like you're the key man there, and you can go to probably any number of Premier League clubs and continue to be like a star player. But if you go to like a Liverpool, for example, are you going to start week in, week out? Are you going to be a big star? Are you going to be as appreciated as what you are? Whereas like, maybe it's not necessarily Newcastle, but say like Forest, you probably could walk into Forest's team and you probably look class. So,
hey, well, Forest with
and the baby's going to have Champions League.
Cunha, Gibbs-White,
yeah,
Chris Wood, put respect on him. You know what I mean? Elanga, who we wanted, he's doing bits. Hudson-Odoi, Anderson.
It's not bad.
Really good team, man. Solid at the back. Murillo, Matt bloody Sells. I can't believe what I'm talking.
So that would make more sense for him. Maybe he's in the short term, like yes, like a Liverpool or someone like that's a sexier move, and that's where you're going to want to be to win trophies long term. But for like a Forest, you're probably going to be playing Champions League football next year, and you're going to be a star. You're going to look mint in that team. They're going to like you. You're going to get game time. Whereas Liverpool, yeah, you can maybe be winning the Premier League and Champions League and all sorts, but you're going to have played about 45 minutes in the last fucking 6 games or something like.
And I suppose you could go to Forest, star for like 2 years, and then probably get that Liverpool.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe it's like as a short-term move,
a little stepping stone.
Yeah, nice little stepping stone. Like obviously, like Forest's in a better trajectory right now than Wolves are. But yeah, like Wolves are going to end up relegated in the next couple of years.
Definitely.
But Forest, like, but yeah, like they're doing absolutely class. And even if things don't work out for them next year, maybe this is like one of them kind of off-color years for them where like they're massively surpassing expectations. But you're going to be playing Champions League football next year. Doesn't really matter how you're doing in the league. You're playing the fucking Champions League.
Funny enough, Shiro was speaking about PSR on his podcast with Lineker and Richards there on The Rest is Football. He said Forest have come in and they've challenged the big boys over recent seasons. We've seen Newcastle do that and disappear. We've seen Villa do that and now the 8th. Would that happen to Forest? Would they be able to go on and spend again? Look at where Bournemouth are and what they are doing. I've always said the way they are at the minute doesn't sit easy with me because it's not designed for anyone to come in and challenge the big boys. You might do it for one season, but after that, you're not able to do it.
Yeah.
He's right, isn't he?
Yeah,
you can maybe break the mold for a year or so, but they can't wait for Man U to give Almirón some money and they pray that they'll turn it around and they're back in the big six and Spurs maybe get a new manager and sign some players and get injuries back and then they're back amongst. They hate the fact, I bet you the Premier League hate the fact that Forest and Newcastle and that are breaking this up because you know, that is the sole reason PSR was brought in, man. I can't have it any other way because the apparent reason it was brought in, and FFP and all that, was to make sure that a Wimbledon didn't happen again. You know, that the football club didn't collapse and fold away again. I mean, our owners are worth hundreds of billion.
Yeah.
I think we're going to
be alright, mate.
I think we're going to be alright. Can we spend some of that, please? Do you know what I mean? I'm sick of it now where at first it was like a dream when the takeover happened. Yeah. And I was thinking like, oh, this is mint. We're going to spend so much money. We're going to sign so many class players. We're actually going to win things for the first time in 7 years. And now I'm at the point, because of how crap PSR and FFP is, I'm like, can I please just spend anything? I'm not even asking.
One fucking player.
Can I just get one player in January? I feel like it's Mike Ashley all over again. Well, I'm waiting for a bloody French Revolution here. I'm waiting for Gouffran to come through the door. Anything?
It's like that Dave Chappelle crack meme. Like, you got any more of them signings?
Got any signings?
Just give me one signing, please. I need to sign it.
Anyone, honestly. I'll take Seydou Doumbia at this point. Do you know what I mean? Anything through the door, please.
Chowdhury.
I am a Chowdhury because honestly, we're not getting one player. I went from like having the fantasy of signing like huge world class talented players and spending silly money to now I'm like,
4 years deep.
Can I just get a player in for like 20 million? Can I just get anybody?
We'll sign one in the summer, you know a bit.
Who's that?
Odysseas Vlachodimos.
Oh, Vlachodimos.
That we didn't even want.
That we didn't even want. And he doesn't want to leave. Loves the tune.
Which doesn't make sense at all. Like that's a saying that I'll never understand. Like this, we're signing them for PSR reasons, but we spent £20 million on a fourth choice goalkeeper that we didn't want. How does that make sense?
Surely there must have been someone else we could have got instead of a goalkeeper. And now, obviously, we wanted to buy Lang, and they wouldn't have included him. But could we not just ask for like a young kid that they've got, like anyone in the academy that might be Ari?
Why did we have to spend 20 million? Like?
Instead of another goalkeeper, you got like a 7-year-old kid that we could maybe develop, and he might get a little bit of game time here and there, or just do a job in the reserves or something.
Like
better than having a fourth, better than having a fourth choice keeper that can't even get a game against Bromley. What the hell's going on there? Holly loves the podcast. Cheers, Holly. Cheers, everyone that's tuned in. A couple hundred people watching live, so please smash a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Danny's watching from Puerto Rico.
Oh, nice.
So it's nice and warm out there, but bit different to what we're dealing with right now in the Dune.
Yeah, got be heating on. It's nice.
Just want to see what your comments are, because I did see a lot of people, about the transfer, the frustration at things. Obviously people talking about the Bournemouth game as well that we touched on at the start of the podcast. John's saying here, we'll have a bomb to splash in the summer. That's why we're not spending in January. Don't know how that works. Like, the rules of bamboozle me. Well, that's true. That's all we keep hearing from reports. Journalists and people that are in the know apparently are saying that Newcastle won't really spend this window, unlikely to sign anyone unless an amazing deal popped up, or an Isak or one of those key players did get injured. We won't really splash the cash this January. But then in the summer, we're going to go mad. After this June 30th PSR deadline, that's when they'll go mad. But we said it before, they've got no choice but to go mad. There's several players out of contract. There's several players that we need quality-wise and depth-wise. So they've got no choice but to spend this summer. I mean, surely they've got to spend in the summer. But we should be doing both.
Yeah.
Or should we at least get one in this window? At least one.
Just one bloody half.
Just a right winger to replace Almirón?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man.
I'm asking too much, yeah.
So Celine and others asking, where's the Gahey money gone? There's that. I know we said before about what Eddie said in his presser. It's not necessarily like we had 70 million sitting there.
Yeah,
we've still got it.
I get it.
A lot of people are annoyed by that. Do you get frustrated at the fact that it seems like we could have signed someone on deadline, they have 70 million, and now a few months later we can't spend 7 million?
I mean, yeah, of course. Like, I know we wanted Gahey, and then we tried last minute to sign Elanga. So we knew there was money there in the summer, but I get, like, it's not just sat in, like, a transfer pot. Like, that money will be spread out for whatever other reasons, for the training ground or sponsorships or whatever. I don't know. Like, but yeah, so that money probably has been spread out a little bit. But like I said, we are worth so much money. Like, we don't necessarily need to have a transfer kitty. Like, what owners are worth however many hundreds of billions that they're worth. Like, why do we need a transfer kitty? Like, why? Like, surely there's got to be money there. Like, we sold players that we didn't want to sell in the summer to appease FFP or PSR or whatever. And in his press conference a couple of weeks ago, he says, like, oh, we're not vulnerable. And then the PSR results came out. No one was going to get a points deduction. Everyone was fine. Everyone was clean. So why can't we sign anyone?
I know.
If everything's balanced, if the books are balanced, why can't we go spend money?
I get, if people were saying, we need to go out and spend 300 million and get this top class player, I just want to spend 40, 50 million on
Yeah, I'm not asking to spend fucking 200 million.
No, I'm not expecting a major squad overhaul in January, in a month window. We know that's obviously more likely to come in the summer, where it's spread across a few months. You got your pre-season to work with your players. Players obviously moving. There's free agents and stuff. But man? Just at least one. Or even, it's not even like it's came out and said, what we're talking about Forest before. Bid rejected for Vissa. Talks ongoing with Cunha. Teams at West Town trying to sign Duran. It's not even coming out that Newcastle have attempted to sign anybody.
Yeah,
where's the
sales?
Where's the 30 million rejected bid for a Bakayoko? Where's the that Ryan Cherky from Lyon? Where's the talks going on with him? Where's the 40, 50 million from Mbumo? Try and get that done, or try and get a player signed up for the summer. Where's the? If it's so bad with PSR, why aren't we doing the loan to buy thing? Yeah. What Juve are trying to do with Lloyd Kelly.
Yeah.
Why aren't we doing that? Like we did it with Lewis Hall.
Yeah.
We're screwed with PSR, but we thought, it is. With Lewis Hall, we'll agree with Chelsea. Next year, we'll pay 28 million for him, but we'll get him now. Why can't we do that now? Why can't we sort it? There must be ways around it, man. You've seen it. Yeah. Chelsea are just selling players to the same clubs that they own. Strasbourg and that, they're just selling each other's players. Chicken Oriental says Newcastle backing for Paul Dummett. Solid left back cover, centre back too.
Might as well. Get him in.
Might as well. Where's he? He's out. He's went to the old
Carlisle or Mike Williamson.
Big Ian Mike.
Get Mike Williamson. Why not?
Yeah, I tell you what, he's about as quick as our current defenders were last weekend. To be fair, Shaw and Bain. Jesus Christ. Are in there with the current rules restricting us, as it doesn't see us progressing with the squad depth aspect. Without a new stadium, it all comes down to revenue. Obviously, the stadium update should be coming by March, King. So, you reckon that's going to come when we don't do any transfer business, and then it's kind of a bit of a
surprise,
bit of a lift to people who do want a new stadium, or in terms of showing us why it needs to be done. so you can spend money, because that's one of the where everyone will be in a huff, everyone will be saying, and then it makes it look more acceptable, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We have to move. Listen, we don't want to move from St. Jude's, our glorious historic home, but we have to move. You've seen we can't spend any money.
Yeah.
You back this new stadium that's going to be built in 5 years' time, 75,000, and then we'll be able to spend money. You know what I mean? It's one of them PR stunts, I'm telling you.
Yeah, bullshit. Yeah, this whole PSR. Like, I just didn't understand this. I know like every club's different, and everyone's like whinging on about City spending money and like West Ham putting in bids and Forest putting in bids and all stuff. Like every team is different. Let's say I'm not going to pretend that I know what it means. I ain't got a fucking clue with PSR. It's all a bunch of bullshit. But yeah, like every team is different. Everyone's probably got their hands tied in different ways. Teams can spend money in different ways, but like I just don't buy we can't. Like I say, we've had that PSR clearance. Like we haven't breached any rules. We're clear. We've got money. We've got money. So yeah, like there's got to be something. Like I say, we're not even linked with anyone.
I know, pissing me off.
Yeah,
but apart from
I
the
just don't understand.
the daft, nothing concrete is there. Nothing
Yeah.
from Athletic, Sky, BBC, like
Yeah, just tabloid shit.
tabloid shit that I have to put out on Transfer Talk every day and get me hopes up for any reason. I was confident. Honestly, this window, I thought we were going to sign someone. And when I seen Almirón leaving, I was like, yes, this is the gateway. Getting 10 million off him, getting 60 grand a week off the books. Kelly out of nowhere, selling him, or getting his wages out of the books and then getting money from him in the summer. Honestly, I know we've ranted here, and it looks like we're unlikely to sign anyone, but I still will be good and pissed off if it gets to the deadline day and the clock ticks down and we don't sign one player.
I've been prepared for it.
I haven't accepted the reality. Maybe
yeah, like I didn't think we would have signed anyone.
Did you not?
Maybe one kind of non-important squad player. Like that's pretty much my expectation, and that might happen. Like that very still well might happen. Like but no one significant, no big money signing that's gonna really make a huge impact on our starting 11.
we're gonna let Odyssey scan and then replace him with another goalkeeper I've never heard of.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, after James Travis' performances against the Magnums last week,
bring him in. Get him in.
Have a fucking slice of that pie.
Get him in. Give them back Pope. I'd do swapsies, me. Swapsies.
You'd have on us, yes, no, they're
Stop dealing me. PSR issues there.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll give you every single one of our 9 goalkeepers
Aye.
for James Travis.
Yeah, you can have them all. You can have every single one of them. I like this one here from Mark. These poor transfer windows are caused by the Prem and their protective rules. PSR should be called SNP. Stop Newcastle progressing. Good one, Mark. I like that one. Flex says Salah's off in the summer. All the reports are linking Liverpool with Isaac today.
Yep, hope we can afford him.
Yep. Get your checkbook then. Do you think it is going to take selling a major player like that actually for us to spend money?
I hope not. I really hope
It really
not.
looks that way though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But just hope that it's not. I mean, I don't really want it to be anyone, to be fair, but yeah, I didn't want to sell Isaac. Like, even if we got £150 million for him, like, I wouldn't be happy with it.
I always said 150, but now with the run he's on and stuff, it's more than that. Like, because you can't. He's irreplaceable.
Yeah,
you can't get anything near him.
Yeah.
To us and anyone else. Like, if you're, let's just say Man City, because they somehow can always spend money no matter what.
Yeah.
Or Real Madrid. Them two seem to just spend money every year, no matter what. I know they've got big revenues, especially Real Madrid. Man City are obviously dodgy with it. But whatever. They seem to have blank checkbooks every transfer window. So even if they looked around, say Haaland got injured for a year, or let's just use Real Madrid, Mbappe is not on form, and they're looking around the world and they're thinking, what striker can we sign who's going to win us the Champions League? There's nobody close than Alexander Isak.
Yeah.
There's nobody near it than
Not
Alexander
with his
Isak.
form, no.
No, because you could look around and the Arsenal fans are telling me now Gyökeres and Osimhen and these players, they're not in the same bracket, man. I'm telling you, they're not in the same
Played
league.
in the fucking Greek league or something, man.
Turkish league, mate.
No one cares.
Galatasaray serving up chicken kebabs, and then Gyökeres is playing in the Portuguese league. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Eating pastel de natas and that. So you know what I mean? What are you talking to me for?
I mean, he's a good striker, but he done Ari in the Championship a few years ago for Coventry. And now he's banging them in the Portuguese league, but serving a fucking peri and that.
Exactly, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Well, yeah.
No one knows what he's going to be like playing at a top level, like in the Premier League.
No.
Yeah. But like I say, Isak's doing it in the best league. Yeah, he hasn't really had a lot of Champions League time, but yeah, his goal record in the Premier League is just ridiculous.
It's insane. Karius just joined Schalke. See his Zephyr there. We're talking about Carrius. I thought he was. He couldn't find a club since he
Is
left
that not
Newcastle.
where his bird works? I think his bird wanted to get to Germany, didn't she?
Aye.
Yeah.
Oh, aye. They're Italy, unless she is Italian. But she definitely didn't want me in Newcastle, did she?
Yeah, no.
80, who's a member? Big up 80. Between VAR, PSR, and FFP, all the abbreviations, AFTV, NUFC,
TMC.
Yeah, TMC. They have killed the excitement of the game.
Yeah,
You have to wait to celebrate goals and a mathematician
do?
to understand the FFP and PSR.
Yeah, like I don't celebrate goals anymore.
Yeah.
Because especially if it looks like it might have been a little
tight
bit
one.
offside, or if like someone's fallen
Right.
over in the build up, I'm like, wait, is it a goal or not? Like I've got like ways to contain my excitement because I didn't want to look like a dick by celebrating and then like, oh, it's been ruled out. I'm like, no, cool. But yeah, I feel like I can't celebrate anymore.
No, I hear
Like
that.
especially if you see something like in the build up, or if like someone's like beat the offside trap, you gotta think, well, did he? By the time they draw them lines and right now,
And if you're Newcastle and it's Liverpool away, them lines will somehow look a lot different. I hear that though, and it's right about FFP and PSR because it isn't just Newcastle really. The last couple of transfer windows, last couple of deadline days have been dead.
Yeah.
Nothing happening.
I feel like when you get given a goal that was originally ruled out, it's a bit anticlimactic. Like, say the ball like burst the back of the net is a better feeling than the referee checking it for fucking 10 minutes, then pointing to the spot. You're like, oh, yay, goal. It's just so like anticlimactic. Like it's the modern day actually really does piss me off.
It stinks, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Bring back the early 2000s.
it really will. Like, I feel like if it wasn't for Newcastle's takeover and doing this, like I would have lost interest in football me by now. Like I'm really fucking sick of it. Like, I really don't like modern football. Like the money, like businesses, like football clubs aren't ran like they used to be. Like they are just businesses now. Like the owners, like Mike Ashley's and people like that, like they want far too much control, and like the hire people that are more business savvy people than the actual like genuinely football knowledgeable people. And then like all these bullshit PSR, FFP, and like with VR that doesn't even work. Like,
It doesn't, like.
I just
Did you watch any of the Champions League games last night?
Nah, the fuck.
I was watching Liverpool, Lille, and Barca, Benfica. Oh my days, that Barca Benfica game was incredible.
Oh, I seen Rafinha's header.
5-4. 4-2 up and now Benfica. 5-4 Barca in the end, but there was so many stops because of VAR and penalty checks, and even at the end, this is a perfect example. Barca were 4-2 down. Rafinha scores at the 95th minute and make it 5-4. And then they do like a massive long VAR check to see if there was a push at the other end because Benfica were pushing for the winner at 4-4. And they were checking for a push for ages before they could really celebrate a last minute winner in a 5-4 game. So it is a good comment. And it is true about FFP and PSR. It is murdering the excitement of everything. And the transfer window, we should be buzzing now. We've got the richest owners in world football. And like I said earlier, I don't expect to go out and spend 500 million to sign fucking Mbappe. I just want to be able to spend 60 million 40 million, 20 million on one fucking player.
The potential would be nice to get out and spunk billions, like if we wanted to.
Great,
That'd be nice. But can't be doing that. Can't be having too much fun.
Something's better than nothing. Sometimes. Well, we're with some more comments. Let's have a look. Back up there. Before we get into some of that topics, but we're flying through on the old transfer stuff because listen, it is the last 8-9 days of the window, and we're obviously still hopeful about things happening, as deluded as we may be, especially with signings incoming. Eddie not letting Trips, Almirón and Wilson go. We would never have had to sell our 2 prospects in the summer, says Trevor.
Yeah, but you wouldn't get loads for them.
No, you wouldn't get a lot for them, but I do hear what he's saying in terms of, for me, we have been very guilty of holding on to players for too long. Like,
oh, yeah, definitely.
I think so. I think sentiment and whatnot has derailed us a little bit. Yeah, like Miggy and Trippier. This time last year came on me on this day thing. This time last year, I did a video about Bayern Munich bidding 30 million for Trippier. How much you were fucking accepted that? Trevor's got a point with that. You accept 30 million for Trippier. Probably should have sold Almirón when he was on a mad run, cashed in on him, but instead we give him a 3-year deal on 60 grand a week.
We wanted 20 million for him in the summer from Charlotte.
Yeah.
And now we're going to sell him for 10.
Seen Zaha's went to Charlotte instead.
Yeah, that was announced today. Yeah.
Good signing for him, yeah. Good move out now, to be fair.
Yeah, it's nice. Apparently they're in for the one Matty Target now.
Fingers crossed. Did they actually want Matt Target?
Rumored.
Because Dean Smith probably was his manager for that, didn't he?
Yeah.
See, Newcastle probably, you can have my target for £30 million. Like, what are we doing now with these massive fees? They're asking for £30 million for Lloyd Kelly.
Yeah,
It's
that's
nuts,
true.
isn't it?
Aye.
Absolutely nuts.
Our third choice left back that hasn't played in fucking 4 years. Oh, you want him, do you? All right, 40 million.
Aye, 40 million, some extra cream. You can have him. No, there's no way, man.
Send us a Chick-fil-A.
Target actually getting rid of him, and if his wages that are reported are true, 100 grand a week, which is just astronomically ridiculous.
I don't know who's gonna no one's gonna match them wages.
That's going to be the issue, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is Target going to be like, fair enough, America? I wouldn't mind moving there myself, to be fair. But if someone said to him, "Oh, you can come play in the MLS," yeah, you got nice weather and that, but we can only pay like 30, 40 grand a week.
Yeah.
And he's sitting on the bench just chilling out, 100 grand a week in Newcastle. He's probably going to be like, just come and run this contract down, lads, to be honest.
What's he got left? It must be a couple of years, surely.
Must be a couple of years, aye.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, like with that, like, because with the MLS rules, like, you need to be like a designated player. Like, you can only each team can only have 3 players above the salary cap. And with Zaha signing today, he's Charlotte's third DP. So they're going to need to offload one, which they probably are going to. Like, one of the strikers, they're probably going to get rid of him. But yeah, like, are you really going to use a DP spot and pay above the salary cap for fucking Matt Target?
He's like, blow your budget. What's the crap over there? Break that? Is there like a points deduction over there as well, or what's the punishment there?
Christ, I've got no idea. But I don't really know. I don't really know if you can. Like, yeah, you've got to pay your players within the salary cap.
How's Miami doing it then with Suarez and all this madness?
Oh, that's smart as fuck.
See, well, get smart as fuck, man. Can we sack Mitchell off? Get whoever's in charge into Miami. Get Beckham in at the tune.
So name into Miami's 4 key players.
Oh, you've got Suarez, Messi. Who's the defender that they brought? Is it Rama? Is he Rama?
Jordi Alba.
Jordi Alba.
Yeah.
And then
Suarez, Messi, Alba, Busquets.
Fucking
and as I say, you can only have.
Take them all still now.
And as I say, you can only have 3 DPs. So
how was a DP?
Designated player above the salary cap. So they've got 4 key players, but you can only have 3 DPs. What if I told you only 2 of them players were DPs?
Oh, well, yeah.
That other one's, I think it's like fucking Colombian striker or something like that called Campania. So 2 of them aren't getting big money. They're within the salary cap, but they're getting like peanuts. Like, I think Suarez is one of them. Suarez and I think Jordi Alba are getting knout. Their wages are minimum.
Yeah.
But Beckham is smart as fuck. So
that's from Beckham.
Yeah. So I think Suarez is probably still getting about 50 million a year in like bonuses and sponsorships and in deals and stuff.
Right.
So his wages is now a couple grand. He's getting knout in wages.
See, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. So
Loopholes, man.
Yeah. Beckham's smart. Like, he's got that shit.
Every walk of life has that kind of loophole, work around things. So fucking fair play to them, because the big people are saying here. Ian, City just dropped 130 million on Mamouche, Reece, and Kusanov. Yeah. They're not worried about 115 charges. Loads of people here saying, Man City,
we've beaten it a million times.
Man City just splashing the cash again, even though they've got all these charges. How is it fair and how is it possible they're not there doing it? And listen, I know obviously Man City have been a successful club for several years now, since the takeover, since Pep came in. They've won things. They've obviously increased sponsorships, revenues. You can do that. But you can't tell me all of that's legit, man, and it's fair and everything else, because it just clearly isn't.
But I feel like them teams like your Man Cities, like, that had all these things in place before all these the PSR shite came into play. Like, I feel like teams like Newcastle are like restricted in doing the things that they can. Like, they've already kind of built their name, their brand, their franchise, like Man United, like Liverpool and Barca and Real Madrid. Like, Newcastle aren't a big team like Brighton and Villa. Like, we need help. We need that support to grow our brand and become like a global franchise, like what Man United and like the fucking Yankees and the Bulls and things like that are. Like, we can't do that now because there's so many fucking rules. Like, we can't grow ourselves as much as like other big teams.
No, because literally from our takeover happened, they stopped that from happening. Yeah. It was always fine until we got taken over. Man City did it, Chelsea did it under Roman Abramovich. You've seen it, it's done it. Then they try to be like, oh, well, we can't have more of that. The horse was already bolted, man. The rules were already done. Everyone had already went surpassed that. So it's just a piss take. It's just unfortunately. Philip here saying we need to hear something from the club. The silence is deafening. Do you think we should? Or do you think we're playing the cards close to the chest? And then I think it is once the window's closed, and it's to be fair to Howe, that it must be tough on him that he's the one that has to face the media once, twice a week.
Yeah.
When they're like, but where's the game? And you're going, why aren't you saying anyone? What's the future of him? And Howe deals with the press very well. You have to say that, but I think it's time that Mitchell and Eales is still here, and the rest of them come out, Silverstone and that, do another fucking night at the stack, do it live, whatever, and tell them, listen, we couldn't spend this window because of this. That's why it didn't happen. We tried this, but in the summer we're going to do this. Bit of clarity, man, because at the minute it's feeling very, very Mike Ashley. It's not spending any money, no communication.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, like, the club have been much better at communicating with the fans than they used to be.
Yeah.
But, like, for this kind of thing, like, what would this say to put people's mind at ease? Because there would just be, oh, we couldn't do it because of X, Y, and Z. But then fans would just be like, oh, that's bullshit. Like, I feel like we wouldn't, like, believe them. Then they'd just come under the cosh, we'd just call them fucking liars, and then no one would really be any better off. So what really could this say? Like, they're probably a bit scared to put out a statement because they will just get battered. Like, no one would like be like, oh, really? No, that's a reasonable excuse in there. I mean, it's fair enough.
Yeah,
like, no one would say that.
Got Phil Ford in the chat. Nice to join me.
Phil,
Matty, City can help you with PSR issues. We'll give you 80 million for Bruno Guimaraes. and the rest. And the rest, as Aaron says, which like
80 million in fun.
Right. The likes of Isaac who won Champions League football, and I can't blame him. Again, that's one of them ones where we need to be looking at it and thinking that's why we need to strengthen this January. We've went on such a great run, obviously before the Bournemouth game, 9 wins in a row, chance to really stake our claim, which again was frustrating that we didn't do that. Put pressure on Chelsea before they played on Monday night, just gone. So it's one of them ones where you look at it and you think, man, if we could just got them 3 points, cemented our place a bit more. But that is even more of a reason to go out there and get that player in, to get that signing in. John's already been saying, Keg, you need to get on the Vicks. Like, he's there, Nana swore by it. As Keg goes and blows his nose and sorts his call out, which he'll inevitably pass to me because my immune system's terrible. We need to seriously look at that lack of strength and depth. The lack of squad depth we have is seriously worrying, man, because when we haven't got, I mean, I never thought I'd say Almirón because, I haven't been Almiron's biggest fan. But when you're relying on Murphy and that right wing, it just couldn't come back to bite when they are. So it's a chance now, as people are saying, these players aren't going to stay if we don't get Champions League football and that to go out and strengthen. The window's still open. Don't make that same mistake that we'll keep on making where we don't add quality players. Mm-hmm. And people are saying it, is it at the point where we just take the points deduction, take the hit, take the risk? I think a lot of this is coming down to waiting to hear what the outcome is of Man City's 115 charges. But I tell you what, it can't be bad because there's no way Erling Haaland signs a 9.5-year deal if they're getting a big points deduction. Yeah. There's no way Pep Guardiola signs a new couple-year deal if they're going to get relegated that everyone's saying at the start of the season. Yeah. There's no way they go out and spend a couple of $100 million this window because they've had a bad month of form and they fell out the top 4, that they're going to be facing a big points deduction. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And it shows the lack of integrity from the Premier League for me if they aren't punished, because I would just look at that. If they don't get any charges and they can just go out and spend that and give out these big, massive deals and stuff, I would just look at it and go, fuck it. Forest got a few points. They're right now, aren't they? Forest got a points deduction. Look at them now. Everton did it. Got a new stadium coming. Moisey's back in tune. not in tune. In Everton. Everton. What else we got? Is this the 3rd or 4th window without a signing? I think it's the 3rd, isn't it?
3rd, yeah.
In terms of, obviously, a big signing, because the summer that we did get Champions League, we went to America. We obviously did sign Tonali and that. Yeah. The January after, we didn't do this time last year, did we?
No, last January we signed Neyman. I don't think. No.
I love January. I mean, it's freezing,
and then
cold, skin, Newcastle skin now.
And then summer, we're bought, but...
Who were by?
Osula, Vlachodimos. John Ruddy.
Lloyd Kelly on a free.
Say we're signing loads, man.
Yeah,
like no one important, like no one like critical. So yeah, that was obviously very disappointing. So yeah, you couldn't really class. So last time we bought anyone good or anyone like worthwhile, yeah, probably was Tonali. And that gun's had a fucking 10-month suspension. It's going to get back. It's not even funny.
It isn't. No, it's painfully. If I didn't laugh, I'd be crying. I don't know, man. Man City fans in the chat saying we're good at selling. Look at our net spend. And they ought to be fair. You know, they did sell Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
They did sell Julian Alvarez.
Got loads of young. Alvarez, what was it, like 80 odd million or something?
So you know,
loads of young'uns that
they are
like
actually good
4
at
games for them and like sell them for loads and loads of money. It's like, how is this happening?
They're getting rid of Kyle Walker. I think he's only went on loan to AC Milan, but
I think with an option to buy
wages off the book and maybe an obligation. So
yeah.
you know, they're all right. They do ship out players as well. They do sell academy players.
Yeah, like Sancho was one of theirs. I think
Yeah.
Dortmund signed him for a canny bit. There's loads of them. There was the centre back. Can't remember. Went to Barcelona. I think he was a canny bit. Can't remember his name now.
No, Ottoman. He went to Benfica, who was playing against Barcelona.
Yeah.
So I listen. They do get rid of players. They have obviously had inflated deals as well, which they could do. Got away with it, and they luckily had a good few years of no PSL when they first got taken over. That must have been nice, wasn't it?
Aye, lovely.
What else we got? Evermore and UFC. The silence is deafening from the club right now. It's not been handled very well. Just tell us what's going on. Very good point.
Yeah.
Very good point.
Can't argue.
We've held on to players for too long, sentimentally. All of that. Very, very true. Very, very true. Liam's got a question here. Out of Madueke from Chelsea and Bakayoko from PSV. Who would you choose? Is both starting to creep up with the links to join and they would be able to fit Howe's system. We did try for Madueke in the summer, didn't we? We did try and get a loan to buy on that one.
Yeah.
Rumour. And then he started the season with a bang. And then he went really quiet and then he scored against Wolves the other night. But Howe likes him. You know, he likes these young English players there. He did well for the under-21s and stuff, Madueke, in that tournament. With your Trafalgar Gordons and that. And Bakayoko from PSV's next exciting one.
Yeah.
I quite like Bakayoko. I like the idea of Bakayoko, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I like the idea of Bakayoko. Get Denver Ball back.
Big Denver.
He was at the Chelsea game the other night, to be fair. Back in England, Denver Ball on the strawberry syrup at Stamford Bridge. Just get through the last few of your comments, people. There's over 300 people watching live. So please do subscribe and like if you haven't already. And loads of good comments coming in there. So we'll try and pick out some of the good ones. Make no bones about it. If someone offered Newcastle 150 for Isak, they're definitely selling.
Yeah, I think they would. I think they would protest a little bit. They'd probably reject a bid or they'd try and haggle it somewhat, but they'd probably end up sorting out some sort of structured deal.
Ian, Everton spent over 500 million under their previous owner. Got a little points deduction. Daft. Spend. Right.
I just don't think anyone's thinking that way. I think, especially us, I think we are trying to do things the legitimate way. And I think that's the way you have to do things, because what if the punishment's one day worse? Like, yeah, previously, like, Everton's had like a 2-point deduction or something. Say, oh, fucking, well, we get that's kind of caused loads of damage to that. But like, one day you might get like a relegation, or you might get like a 10 to 12-point deduction.
They'd put the book at us. That's the thing.
Yeah, they would.
Everyone at Forest now. Oh, he has a little. I can't even remember what they got, but he has a little
4 points or something.
few points deduction or something. Newcastle break it by
like 12.
Newcastle
Go from Europa League to fucking battle the relegation. Right?
Newcastle like break the PSR by like 1.4 million. There's a 17 points deduction.
Down to League 2 you go.
You're gonna automatically kicked out the next 5 FA Cups.
Enjoy Carlisle away next year.
That sounds right. Actually, shout out Jabba Dabba Doo with the first super chat of the evening. What a legend. If we have a sniff of spend and the other clubs complaining, that if this is the way forward, bringing Super League back unless the Prem gets better. It pretty much is like the Super League at this point, isn't it, really, to be honest with you, the way they're going on. These teams would be good. They didn't join that. The Chelsea's and your Spurs and that. Especially Spurs, they're down for.
That's happening in the future, mate.
Come back.
The way things have changed.
I think so now.
Like the Champions League format and everything.
Swiss bollocks format.
Shit, I hate that.
It's mad because I was thinking last night when I was watching the Champions League, I was like, we're in January now. Obviously into the knockouts and stuff. No, still 2 games after this group stage. And I'm like, what?
It's after that. Normally, you have the group stage done before Christmas. You have like a month or so break.
Yeah, then you have the knockouts.
February,
and you have the knockouts, then it gets really exciting. And that will just play some more bloody.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this new format. Like,
no, me neither. To be honest with you, me neither. Shout out Jabba Doo for that super chat. Appreciate it, mate. Keg's breaking the rules. No Panthers gear. You had a transfer there. What who's that? What the hell team's that?
I'm still repping Carolina. This is the Carolina Hurricanes.
Hurricane
team.
A hockey team now, right?
NHL.
Getting into every sport but football now, okay?
I am, I.
Soccer, as they would call it.
Soccer. Trainers on there, what do you think then?
Oh, right. Oh, they're nice then, the old Sambas.
Right. Bosh, what do you think of them? Gazelles.
Nice, actually. How's the grip on them, though, in these AC conditions?
Not too bad, to be fair. I walk carefully because I still new. I didn't want to scuff them. So, when you get like new shoes and you
wear them.
You walk like a bit like weird.
Tiptoeing at granny to the news agents.
I'm still tiptoeing in these, to be honest. So, I haven't really tested them out. But it has been quite icy conditions. So I'm walking like a gazelle at the minute.
Them AC conditions, me. Right, what else do we have? Let's just rattle through the last bit of transfer stuff because we mentioned players, but we didn't mention the individuality of their potential exits and deals. So first off, Lloyd Kelly is looking like he could be ever closer to a move to Juventus this week. Apparently, they are getting close on a loan to buy agreement with the Italian Giants. I say Giants, the fifth in Serie A this season, but they are unbeaten and it is quite tight up there. But lots of draws for them. But a club that's short of centre backs needs a defender in. When Lloyd Kelly was linked to Juventus, Keg, after being linked to Mourinho's Fenerbahce, did that surprise you?
Fucking rest did it.
But it surprised him as well, to be fair.
I know. Pull the other one.
I'll be banging it. Let me go.
Yeah, I feel like it's a great deal for everyone, to be honest.
It is. It suits all parties, doesn't
it? Maybe it's apart from Juventus. For us, we're signing him for free. We're getting 6 months worth out of him while Botman was injured. He's back now. He's supposedly our third highest paid player at the club on 150 grand a week. So to get that off the books, while he's our third choice centre back, maybe he's second or third choice left back, why are we paying you 150 grand a week? Literally, we're signed him for free. I'm surprised we were rejecting Fenerbahce. What would we did?
I know.
I'd have taken fucking anything.
Would you have took like 6 million, 9 million?
I just took a fucking nice kebab, But
fancy kebab now, me.
I might get one on the way home. But if we're gonna get 15 million from, we can't be haggling that,
We're trying to get closer to 30 million euros, so like what, 26 million pounds.
He's my third choice centre back.
He never plays. We're paying out for him.
Why?
This is the thing that'll come out of
it. Still be here until fucking 2032, and we're going to be like he's going to be like Isaac Hayden, it's Lloyd Kelly still playing for us.
Oh, don't say that. He is the next Hayden, isn't he? If he doesn't go this window. This is where Howell gets
going to get on loan to QPR in fucking 2029. And like, Lloyd Kelly's gone on loan from Newcastle. Has he?
Thought 3 years ago. Thought you were dead. But it'll be one of them where Howell will get stick for this one. He's keeping his Bournemouth pals close and all that. And it will be strange if we turn this one down because he is meant to be on people said 150. It looks like it's about 130. That's still ridiculous.
Way too much.
Which is obviously you got that because you didn't have to pay the transfer fee.
Yeah, it's what happens. Yeah,
it's what happens. The agent would have got a nice bonus. He would have got a nice sign-on fee, big wage. But I don't understand if Kelly was playing week in week out and doing a great job. But every time he's played, except Chelsea, he's looked shocking.
Good, yeah.
So
for him, I say, going to one of Europe's big giants, not just in Italy, it's Juventus. It's a massive move, even if it's just a short-term deal. That experience, going to play for Juventus, that's class.
I know, unbelievable. Can't live in Italy.
Yeah,
few Moretti's on the spaghetti. Living the dream.
Yeah, I think the worst party to come out of this is Juventus. Why do you want Lloyd Kelly? Fair enough. I think he could go and do a job there, like Chris Smalling, they love him at Roma.
Yeah, he's really good at it. Might be fair.
So, he could go out there and do a job, look mint. It's like I said, right now he's our third choice left side centre back. What? It just doesn't make sense for anyone to not make this transfer go through.
Watch Kelly going to Juve be absolutely unreal. And then we'll be like,
World Cup.
We should ask for 50 million instead of 30 million. And then Tuchel signs him up for the World Cup in the USA 2026. Starting centre back.
with Gahey, that signed for Chelsea.
Kelly and Gahey, Branthwaite, back three. And then Tuchel. All three defenders Newcastle been linked with. And signed one of them. But I don't know maybe they've had too much Moretti. The old UV directors, but the one Kelly,
just backs up.
He's still linked. The talks are still ongoing, is what the Italian press are reporting, that Kelly could join Juventus this window. Likely that Almirón's going to be heading back to America. Obviously, that's just a matter of time, really, isn't it? 10 million deal agreed with Atlanta United, his former side. Mm-hmm. Good bit of business, that man, isn't it? Getting 10 million for what, Mickey's 30, 31 or something now?
I think, yeah.
So, sound business, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
However, we don't replace him.
I was going to say we could deal with the squad depth, but realistically, he doesn't even get on. He comes on as a sub and doesn't out. So yeah, he's not like a huge miss.
No, he's not. He's better off just giving Sanusi a chance or something.
Yeah, literally. I rather would.
I would as well.
Rather would. Like
I know what Almirón does. Nout.
17-year-old prospects, or now what you get? Nout. From Big Almirón. Like, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Like, the only thing I'm going to miss is the £20 million that we're trying to get from Charlotte.
Oh, aye. Jabba dabba doo with a super chat. Thank you, mate. Keg needs Vicks and Soothers.
They're in my bag, mate. Apart from the Soothers, I got the Vicks.
Yeah, get Soothers. And someone was saying Evermore get a spicy kebab on the way home as well.
Oh, spicy.
Who's also said Lewis Hall is apparently on £7,000 a week. And Lloyd Kelly's earning that much more. If he got £7,000 a week, that's a mental deal.
Nah,
we'll have to check that. Surely not. Because he would have been more than that at Chelsea, wouldn't he?
Yeah, probably.
Surely. Anyways, what else we got? We mentioned Odysseas Vlachodimos. Earlier, he's turned down that move to Al Shabab. I did a video on that yesterday, but he is keen on a move to Europe. He just doesn't want to move that far away.
Fair enough.
Don't know what the fee was, but obviously Dubravka's staying now. Do you reckon Odysseas will move? Do you reckon someone in Europe will come in from where could you see him going? Or is he just kind of sit on the bench for the foreseeable?
It's a tough one, this, because what would we accept? Like, we paid £20 million for a fourth choice goalkeeper 6 months ago.
What is Forest even buying for? I don't know. When they've gone from Benfica,
4? I don't know.
That's what I think he's worth.
Yeah.
Well, actually, when I put it on yesterday, I did yesterday's video.
We're not going to get our money back.
Transfer market says that he's got a valuation of 7 million. So I'd take that.
It's a massive loss, but I mean, it is what it is. It's just getting. Like, I mean, we don't need all these goalkeepers. Like, it's not like we're going to lose, like, say, Miggy, we haven't really got another right winger, so you might just keep him for squad depth or whatever. We've got goalkeepers, plenty of them.
Loads of them, too many.
So I'm not bothered about losing a goalkeeper. He doesn't play anyway. Like, I thought probably would have been a great opportunity for him to get a game.
I couldn't believe it.
Didn't even get on.
What's
the point? Like, I don't even know what his wages are. Probably decent.
Probably about 40k or something.
Yeah.
Anyway. Really.
Just get rid of it, man. Like, we're probably going to take a £13 million loss, but so fuck.
Imagine when that email came through saying, I would like to buy Odysseas. I bet you fucking Howington or was straight on the fucking anarchy brews, crack the cans of OBR open, started necking them off. I said, Odysseas got you a nice little pay there, son. Sunshine, yeah, take your family over there, mansion and everything. Don't like.
It's like that.
Oh my god, you're not turning it down, are you, Oddy? Please, no, don't.
Like
You gotta go.
Like the Harry Redknapp and Benjani Muawari story.
Yeah. You gotta go, Benjani.
No, I don't want to go, Bosley. No, Benji, you've got to go.
Yeah. I don't give a shit if you don't want to go. You have to go. This isn't a one situation anymore. This is a must. This is a necessity. That's what I should have been saying to Odysseas. So yeah, you don't get to Saudi, you know what'll happen, like, you take things like that over there. You want to get over there, son, and appreciate it.
Enjoy the culture.
No, just sit in Newcastle. Oh my god, freezing your ass off. Not playing against Bromley. You could be saving shots against Ronaldo.
Literally
making big bucks. What are you playing at?
I mean, it's Greece's #1 still, and all. Like,
aye.
If you want to, you can go to the World Cup in a couple of years if Greece qualify.
Oh, he's gone there, right? If he's qualified, he's
gone there. Like being a #1 anywhere in the world than being our bloody third or fourth choice goalkeeper. Like, your face not even being on the bench. Like, what's the point?
Literally, I can't get over it. But let's hope someone from Portugal, Spain, France, if he wants to go on somewhere else in Europe, let's hope there's a possibility.
But he was rated in Portugal, though, wasn't he? Like, he's probably not going to go back to a team like Benfica, but outside of Benfica, Sporting, or is there 3?
Good. Benfica, Sporting, and what's the other one? Benfica, Porto, FC Porto.
Yeah,
team.
Jesus Christ, forgot about them. Like, yeah, you'd be lucky to get into one of them 3, but maybe he's the best team in Portugal outside of them 3. I don't know who that is, but if they need a goalkeeper, remember him at Benfica? He was class. Go on, trade him.
I bet him, man.
7 million.
Anyone battling relegation in Porto, in Portugal, fancy with a Vlachodimos, you can have him. Target we talked about earlier, Keggy, you were saying that, Charlotte want him, Dean Smith wants to read now there in MLS. Newcastle are really desperate to get him off the books, understandably so, because he's on apparently $100,000 a week. Maybe, the thing was with Target, we really liked him when we signed him, then he got injured. He's been unlucky with injuries and stuff, and now he's so far down the pecking order, it's quite pointless in being here, to be honest. Because, actually we said earlier, when Bournemouth happened and Hall had to go off and we'll have to move Tino to left back, Trippier comes on at right back. That's why you look at them talking about, like, sweet mate, you can do a job here for 40, 50 minutes, can't you?
Yeah.
It's just none of that there. We can get on, and we'd be desperate to get rid of him at this point. Like, it'd be nice if someone did come in for him, if someone in America like Charlotte could afford him, or anybody, could he not get a move in the Premier League to like? I don't know. I was going to say Leicester or something, but they're not going to be much longer. Just a bottom half Premier League team. We'll surely take Matt Target. Experience, good player.
Yeah.
Just hope we can get him off the books in January, like, because what a waste of money that's been.
But yeah, I like Matt Target. Like, I was buzzing when we brought him in, to be honest with you. Like, even on that loan deal, when he proved that we needed to sign him permanently because he was absolutely class. But yeah, like I say, he hasn't had luck on his side. He's had a lot of injuries, found himself down on the pecking order. Yeah, we just need to get them wages off, like 100 grand. Like, but no one's gonna pay that. Like, he's gonna be another one that's just gonna be quite happy to run his contract down. Like, if we let Kelly go, he's someone that can cover at left back. And we've only really got Bird, and that's it, really. Like, we haven't really got any more left back options. So it's like, do we just keep him, or Trippier or Tino can play there if need be? But if anything happens,
sell Trippier, get rid of Trippier instead.
But if anything happens to Hall, like, we're really, really shallow there. I haven't even got bloody Matt Ritchie.
But then he's banging him for Portsmouth, to be fair, fair play to him. But if we have got an injury to Tino as well, though, right back, then who comes in for him?
Really, really shallow.
Kraft.
Yeah, we mentioned squad depth before. Right, got a good left back. If like I say, I like Target.
And if anything, might have to go in there.
They'll have to come back in.
And he was awful left back. He's been great as season centre back. But he's not a left back for me. He's past that now. He may have done a job for your Fulhams and your Brentfords 5 years ago.
Yeah, he helped him get to the Champions League, but other than that.
Aye. But you seen last year he's getting caught out when he all the time caught out with our targeting him. Longstaff, last one on the list, really, in terms of who Newcastle are looking to offload this January, advertise to other clubs, saying he's available. Apparently Sean's a bit upset about that, but he's also not pleased with the game time he's got. And now that Louis Miley's back, he's even further down the selection choice of midfielders for Eddie Howe. Longstaff, could you see him moving this window? Who might potentially buy him in the remaining, 8-9 days? Still link will move to like Everton and that.
Is he on a contract?
He got a 1-year extension, I think.
Did he?
I think so. Just so they could get money for him. I'm sure he did get 1 year.
Yeah,
he got a year and a half.
I don't know Longstaff because like he does a job. Like we spoke about this a million times in the summer. A lot of people wanted him offloaded. I was behind keeping him just because squad depth for the main thing. But normally when he comes in, he does a job. He's not one of them classy, sexy players that really, really stands out. And you think, whoa, Longstaff's having a mid game. But he just does his job quite quietly, but effectively. And Eddie Howe likes that, I think. So, yeah, I'm not desperate to sell Longstaff unless we get a really, really good offer while he's in contract and not just like, oh, well, he's only got 6 months left, so let's just take what we can get. Like, so yeah, I'm on the fence a little bit with Longstaff. Like, sell him, keep him, whatever. Not really that bothered, to be honest.
I'm thinking that we should definitely sell him. To be honest, like, I think we should really, really sell him. I think
and that's fair. Yeah.
I think it's time now where he's not going to get much game time. If he's got a year and a half left on his deal, he's not going to have much football. So I would happily get rid of him now. Like, happily sell him. We've got options in midfield. It's time to start getting rid of your Longstaffs and even other midfielders. You think about Joe Willock, where he's just never fit, man.
Yeah, true.
He's a really good talent, and he shows what he's capable of. But it's just too far and few in between for me. Like with the likes of Joe Willock and that, it's just players out where surely you need to sell, get off the books to then help with FFP and PSR to sign some players that can actually contribute.
Definitely, I think it's just a sentiment thing.
Yeah, it is. It's gone on for too long now. I'm getting bored of it. Let's finish off then, Kay. Actually, we'll jump to the old Southampton preview. So we're looking to get back on track this Saturday, 3:00 kick-off at St Mary's.
Better be.
I mean, it's one of them ones where we should be really confident going into it. Obviously, we just suffered a bit of a big humiliating defeat to Bournemouth, but Southampton have been utterly hopeless in the Premier League this year. They've looked so bad, so out of the depth. They've changed the manager. That hasn't even worked. To be fair, they nearly made a comeback against Forest last weekend. They were 3-0 down. They got it at 3-2. But they've struggled. Their only star player this season is Tyler Devlin.
Yeah.
They've slapped a 55 million price tag on him. 55. English tax through the roof.
Jesus Christ.
Newcastle have had scouts watching him, according to reports. But with him being out, got any other real threat, ex-Geordie Adam Armstrong.
Yeah.
They haven't really got much about them.
Need Ben Burton Diaz.
Need Brentford Diaz. They've gone back to Sheffield, haven't they? Right. So, is it going to be a bounce back this weekend? Are you looking for a reaction after that Bournemouth game? You know, you let Bruno go into Italy. You've let players have a bit of time off, recuperate. Time for a reaction.
Has to be.
Has to be.
I mean, it's the perfect team to really kind of have that bounce back from, but you also need to be cautious because we don't want to have that same attitude going into Bournemouth where it's like, well, we're in really good form. We're going to afford to kind of slack off a little bit and we should still get the win. Like, Southampton's only won one game this season. They're currently the worst Premier League team in history. They're currently in line to break the record.
Here comes the jinx.
But then here comes Newcastle.
Right.
Because when, was it Derby only got like 11 points or something?
Fuck.
4 of them were off us.
Shit.
If not 6. Was it 6? Or did
We did that at Sunderland. Sunderland went down, no?
Yeah. Literally.
Give them 6 points.
Yeah.
However many they got.
Oh, we love giving points to a team that's absolutely definitely got to get relegated.
Uh,
We didn't even perform that well first game of the season, and our Shaw was sent off early.
really bad, to be honest.
Yeah, we were kind of lucky to get through that one.
Very lucky.
So, yeah, we need a big performance. Yeah, like, we're shocking against Bournemouth. Hopefully, we will put that down to, like, a one-off. Just an off day. It happens. Get over it. Let's get back into business. Here we got arguably the worst team in Premier League history. Right, let's get fucking smash them.
Let's we couldn't get the record for 10 wins in a row. Let's get the record for the biggest goal scoring win ever.
Yeah, 9-0.
Which was actually against Southampton, wasn't it? 9-0.
Twice. 3.
So 10-0 this weekend and nothing else. He's out with all 10 of them now. Just to make up for not getting the 11 in a row. Newcastle are actually looking to win the first time since '96 our 4 consecutive away games. After beating Ipswich, Man U and Spurs, it would be the first time since October 1996 in the Premier League that we'll win 4 consecutive away games.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it is terrible, isn't it? What else have we got in terms of Southampton team news? Like I said, Diblin's out with an ankle issue. Ross Stewart. Was that Sunderland? Wasn't he Ross Stewart? And Jack Stevens on the injured list. You mentioned Diaz. He's joined Sheffield United again. Love Sheffield United. That bloke, like. The Southampton are actually the lowest goal scorers in the Premier League this season.
Shocking.
15 goals is the only amount they've scored. And they've shipped the highest amount of goals in the league this season. 50 goals.
Wow.
And we're only in January. My God, they've only won 1 of their 22 Premier League games this campaign, which was a 1-0 victory over Everton at St Mary's back in November. They're only clean sheet in 10 home games as well. It was that 1-0 win. My God, they are fucking awful. Like we have to batter them. It's not even just to go there and give us 3 points, win 2-1.
Yeah, well,
we need a reaction. Yeah, like we need like a big 4-5-0. Yeah, we really do. We mentioned Adam Armstrong before. He's Southampton's joint Premier League top goal scorer with 2 goals. 1 came from the penalty spot.
Wow.
And obviously Ryan Fraser is down there at the minute as well, but he hasn't played since their new manager Ivan Juric was appointed last month. So he's not even getting a game for them. So Southampton, 3 o'clock on Saturday. Let's see a big win for the Mags, because you look around at the other games in and amongst that Champions League, European push, Forest are away at Bournemouth. That's a really good game, to be fair.
Yeah, it is.
3 o'clock on Saturday as well. You know, it's very tight there, the top 8. Arsenal away at Wolves, Man City v Chelsea. That's another big game because them teams are both in the mix for European spots as City look to get back on form. Aston Villa West Ham on Sunday, another good game. Fulham Man United, Man United looking to avoid relegation. But I can't give you score prediction in for Saturday against Southampton.
5-0.
5-0, I like it. I'm feeling the 5-0 as well, to be honest with you.
It's got to be something like that. Would these be a sexy, convincing win? We've done it in the past. What was Ipswich 4-0?
Oh, yeah, 4-0. 4-0 on. It wasn't. I was in Boxing Day. It was Boxing Day. It was just before. Was it 22nd or something like that?
Yeah,
21st. Good day. That.
Yeah, got to be a nice, convincing, easy win. No stress. No fucking squeaky bum time.
No,
like
please, no. No little Adam Armstrong early goal or madness.
Oh, 1-0 look like fucking Bromley. Oh, God, 1-0 do it. Oh, all right, I know where you sound.
No way. Can it be? I think 5-0 as well. Isaac hat-trick.
Yeah.
Nice.
Got to be.
Sets
Got to back on
nicely.
track.
Sets up nicely. Right then, everyone. That'll do for this week's podcast. 7-1 shout there in the chat from Ian. 7-0 from Aaron.
Get it on.
It should and could be, to be honest.
Should be.
It should and could be. I hope it is. Wait and see.
It'll be lovely.
It would be very lovely. Thanks to everyone that's tuned in live on YouTube tonight to listen in to our live weekly podcast here Wednesdays at 6 p.m. at Anarchy Brew. Thank you to them for hosting us as well. And cheers if you're listening back on any audio platforms. Remember, wherever you listen to your podcasts, you can find the Magpie Channel TV. Cheers, Keg. I'm not going to shake your hand because you're full of the cold.
No worries. Anytime.
Enjoy yourself. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. Subscribe to Magpie Channel TV and enjoy yourself.